What can you do to make your workplace more equitable as an employee? What can you do to make your workplace more equitable as an employee? Here's what it says in the first paragraph. Equity doesn't just sit at the top. It's a shared responsibility. As an employee, you have a role to play in making your workplace more equitable. It starts with recognizing your privilege or relative advantage, your resources, and how you can use them to create space for others. Maybe that means amplifying the voice of a colleague who doesn't always get heard in the meeting. Now, that's significant because in a society where the dominant culture is white oriented, white people voices tend to be loudest and most stable in the workplace because of the historical nature of people racialized as white have had. So sometimes, and I hear this from a lot of people of color, they'll be in the boardroom and they'll give an idea and it would be like no one said anything at all. It was like they were a mannequin or something. And when they said what they said, no one reacted, no one responded. And then another white person says the same thing, and all of a sudden, genius hits the floor. Oh my God, that was so brilliant. So there are so many people of color who feel unseen. So many women that feel unseen. I've worked in some certain businesses. We were brought in where the men did all the talking, and women couldn't say anything. When women said something, it was like they hadn't said anything at all. And we're missing out on the genius, the creative innovation that comes from the difference that people bring, whether it be sexual orientation, whether it be what you're racialized as, whether it be your gender, social status. We bring things to the table, not to mention talents, way of thinking, diversity of thoughts. We have to stop creating workplaces where everybody looks and sounds like us just because we are afraid to go to the edge and see where we can go if we allowed a different perspective into the room. I know for a long time in doing this work, we used to be terrified to listen to another person's perspective because any perspective that challenged our perspective, we saw it as an enemy. But the reality was, we later discovered that we were just immature. We were just children in adult bodies, afraid to deal with the reality of growing up. Equity says to us, it's time for us to grow up and recognize that the difference in life is what makes the difference in the world. And you get rid of the difference, you get rid of the changes that we need, the solutions that we need, the improvements that we need. This is our opportunity to leverage what God has given us to make the biggest difference in our lives and make this a better world through your company, through your business, through your service, through your products. I'm Mahdi, co-director of the Human Solidarity Project. Peace.